Coming in, you guys, it's day 10. What day is it? 109 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. You cannot blame the ice bath for Jimmy flubbing up his words. And yes, I speak for a living, but sometimes even I flub up words. It's all good. It's all fun. So welcome, guys. You are here today. Apparently, Jimmy's having trouble talking today, so we're gonna. Okay, we're here. Day 109 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I've been getting into that ice bath, that one right there, the Morocco Forge, every single day now for the past 109 days in a row. Today, you guys, the water temperature 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit, aka super duper dippity cold. And it gets cold. And I have had so many comments made about the ice bath. Some of them very serious. So, hey, tell me what the benefits are, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. I can do that. But then some are bizarre. And one of the most bizarre ones I get is a Seinfeld reference. So let's see how many people know what I'm talking about when I say a Seinfeld reference when it comes to a cold water ice bath. You know, and we're going to talk about it here today when I'm in there. So let me pop in there. I'm in there for 5 minutes, 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit today, you guys. Very cold. When I'm done with that, I will pop out. I'll scream woo. I'll go put on a jersey and put on my Crocs, and we'll go take a walk in my neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and take it off of the Wi-Fi now, so hang tight. All right, we are officially off the Wi-Fi. So yes, guys, I'm going to go into 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's set it down, let you guys see all the action down there. 5 minutes on the clock. And here we go. Wedge below my knee. Okay, you guys, a little intense today. 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit if you came in late. This is one of the coldest temps I've ever had in this Morocco Forge ice bath. And you can feel the difference even between like 32.4 and 31.8. It's definitely a lot more biting today, especially on my hands. I'm going to be lifting my hands here in just a second. But one thing I'm not lifting is something that people make a lot of jokes about as it relates to cold. And we do have the classic television show Seinfeld to thank for this. Good old George Costanza. Everybody remembers that scene in Seinfeld where he talks about shrinkage. Because some girl saw him and I was just in a cold water, so it's shrinkage. So the question people like have for me is, well, when you're in there, is there shrinkage? I'm like, what do you think? Like, I think it should be obvious that when you're doing an ice bath in the midst of it, that's going to be a physiological reaction for guys. And so, yes, there is. But the good news is that when you get out, it's what it does after you're out, what the cold does. So I've already talked about in previous videos how you get a boost in testosterone if you're a man. And so it makes you even more virulent. And so, yes, while you're in it, of course, I guess the moral of this story is if you want to have sex with your partner, don't do it in an ice bath because it ain't going to work. But I don't know many people that would go in an ice bath and want to get it on. But I guess some people are kinky like that. I don't know. But that was just a funny one because it keeps happening every day. I get some comment on one of my sites that talks about, is there shrinkage when you go in? I'm like, duh. It is cold water, and cold will do that to you. All right, what do we got? About 50 more seconds. So yeah, guys, hang in there. We're going to talk here in just a minute when I get out of the ice bath. We'll go on a little walk around my neighborhood, and I always like to interact with you, so get your questions ready. If you have any comments, I always love to hear from you. But I'm going to put my head under this water here in just a second. It's still a little bit early. Give me about 10 more seconds and I'll do that. I'll go ahead and make my way up to get ready for that. And I'm going to go under. My mama told me when I was a kid that my scream as a baby was so loud. She said, son, I knew you were going to do something with your voice someday. She wasn't wrong. All right, let me set you guys down while I put on my jersey. Whew. So yes, you guys who came in late, it is day number 109. Getting into an ice bath every day. Today was very cold in that ice bath, and I'm feeling it on my body. My legs are colder. There was also a sheet of ice on the bottom, a big sheet of ice. So I sat on top of some ice. So that's a weird sensation when your butt gets numb. I know graphic, but I'm just telling you what I feel. When your butt gets numb, it feels like you've got hemorrhoids. It's weird. It's a weird sensation on the bottom. But no secrets between us, you guys. I let it all hang out. Everything comes out my mouth. So yeah, you guys, here day on day 109. Still going along. Still trucking, still loving it. And yeah, I have not lost my zest for wanting to do this. There's a lot of people, they ask me, do you get tired of this at any point? I don't think tired of it is the word. Are there days I wish I didn't do it? Probably. Do I do it anyway? Yeah. It's kind of like all those fitness trainers that come on and say, well, don't not work out just because you don't feel like it, because you're not always going to feel like it. But if you go work out when you don't feel like it, you usually are glad you did it. And I would say every time that I didn't feel like doing an ice bath, it was a similar experience that I may not have felt like it before getting in, but then once I get in and get out, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I did that. So very, very similar kind of concept. All right, let's see who else here today, you guys. Dawn Marie, CC Guide Dogs, Marcus, Gillis, Carrie, D. Price, Melanie, Dr. Julian, Kira, happy and worth it. Nutrient dense teas, Jules, bulletproof coconut, 3 free minds. Bulletproof says, go Jimmy. Keto Pathways, David is here. Wendy, as always, guys, leave your comments. If you got any comments, questions, fire away. I'm always happy to help. Wendy, Nikki, Kelly, Carnivore Runner, the Nav Singh. David said, never thought of that about the Seinfeld. Yeah, I get it as a joke every day, David. Every day somebody's like, are you George Costanza in the ice bath? Is there shrinkage? And luckily I know Seinfeld and cultural references, because first time I heard that I was like, oh no, somebody just gave me a shrinkage reference. I was like, okay, well, whatever floats their boat. But yes, newsflash, if you came in late, when you get in an ice bath and you're a man, there is shrinkage. But the good news of that is when you're out, what happens when you warm back up? That's the fun part. Because the ice bath may in the moment make it shrink, but afterwards you get such a boost in testosterone and virility. I'll take the temporary shrinkage for the long-term virility any day. Boom. DJ Proof is here. Miva, Kathy, Schlosser, Impressiana, Sarah, Wendy has the fire emojis. Thanks for that, Wendy. Mary's here. Vicky, Carol Ann. Marcus says, I've never watched a full episode of Seinfeld, but I've been cold enough to know what you're probably talking about. Yes. You could probably go on YouTube and just type in Seinfeld shrinkage, and you'll probably see the little clip that we're talking about. Yeah, it's one of the classic episodes. They had a lot of funky ones. Back in the day, that was considered controversial. Now, by today's standards, all of that's very G-rated compared to what they allow today. Dawn Marie, LOL, the Seinfeld episode won't ruin your thunder. Nope, never does, Dawn Marie. All the fire emojis, thank you for that. Casey, it's me's here. Red Cash. Becca's here. Tammy. Koresh. Tina. Marcus gives me the fire emojis. Melanie says, great job. Thank you, guys. Mecca also gives the fire emoji. Go away, come back. I like that name. That's a good name. Nancy, Soma, Kira says, to support you doing, quote, the hard things, I followed along, but not by ice, but rather a 5-minute forearm plank. Ooh, pretty happy to hear the woo. You iced, I planked. That's a good trade there. And by the way, thank you for sharing that, Kira. You planked for the time that I was in the ice. She's like, all right, Jimmy can put up with the cold. I can put up with the pain of planking. Now you got my wheels turning of, yeah, you guys watch me, but why don't you be an active participant in doing something hard? I like that, the do hard things challenge. You got my wheels turning, Kira. I like it. But kudos, 5-minute plank. That's hardcore. I don't think I can do a 5-minute plank. I can do a 5-minute ice bath, but I cannot do a 5-minute plank. I'm too middle heavy for that right now. But that's a cool idea. I like that, Kira. I'll have to consider that as one of my days. Okay, guys, I'm about to go into frigid temperature water for 5 minutes. And all I'm asking you to do is something hard yourself. And you define what hard means. For some people that have trouble with their legs, maybe hard is standing up. I like it. The do hard things challenge. I see where you're going there. That's cool. Dr. Janelle is here. Market says, I expect women in an ice bath will get pointy. Yes, that would be the equivalent of shrinkage. Yes. I'm sure that happens, but there's only been one woman in that ice bath, and that's my friend Kelly, who I see's on here. She got in there, but we're friends and not that kind of friends, and so I didn't check to see if she was pointy, so I don't know. I'll have to ask Kelly. Kelly, were you pointy that day? I know she was shivery when she got out. Carolyn is here. Kira says, I also don't have anyone to time me except for you. Well, you know I'm going by a timer because it beeps after 5 minutes. So good job. 5 minutes. That was really, really impressive. Leany Fanny is here. Thanks for being here. So guys, day 109. Still chugging along on this thing. I am gearing up to start working on my book very soon. I've been doing a lot of research on this lately. And so I'm ready to start the writing process. Because I've already written 2 other clarity books, I kind of have the gist of what I want to do with the book and how to frame it. As far as like the chapters, I haven't come up with the names yet, but we will definitely make it flow similar to the other 2 clarity books that I've written on keto and cholesterol. I'm getting my graphic designer guy to make a cover. So if you've read any of my other clarity books, either one of the other ones, you know it's got the big letters and then clarity. For this one, I'm having him put icicles coming off the clarity letters. And then we have a cutesy little subtitle. Then there's the magnifying glass, and under the magnifying glass will be words like brown fat, immune boosting, that kind of thing. So I'm excited to see how all that comes together. And then I'm going to try to reach out to a wide variety of cold experts that I know, including some of the big boys like Wim Hof, Andrew Huberman. Obviously, I think I can get Mike Mutzel to join on board. Friends of mine, I know I'll have no problem. It's the ones I'm not aware of, haven't interviewed on my podcast or anything. It might be a little harder to get, but we will shoot for the big boys for the Moment of Clarity quotes. And yeah, hoping to put that thing together. Taking the whole month of May to do that. Literally the only work I'll be doing in May will be these ice bath videos. So if you miss seeing my work, it's not because I'm shadow banned. It's because Jimmy's working on the book. But I will spend this half an hour or so with you guys every day all throughout May, even while I'm writing the book, to do this. So I'm excited about that. Jello Network's here. WChillin is here. I promise you, WChillin, you're not chilling as much as Jimmy Moore is right now. Gwen is here. T-Fee is here. Mama Ors. Don Marie says, yay. Parkman is here. So guys, you got any questions or comments about cold? I've got about 5 more minutes. I could probably talk to you. Otherwise, we're just going to end this live because I've accomplished what I'm supposed to accomplish with this. I get in the 5 minutes of an ice bath, and if you came in late, 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit today. Yes, Parkman has coined what this walk is after I do the ice bath. He calls it the freeze and walk. So yes, good job, Parkman. Freeze and walk. And today my tushy, very frozen. As I was saying when I got out, that there was a sheet of ice at the bottom. So I was literally sitting on top of some ice, and TMI alert, but my butt crack got numb to the point it's just a weird sensation when your butt crack is numb. And the backs of my legs were numb. But I'm all the way back now. It's funny what just a little bit of a walk will do to warm you back up. I do like the body warming itself up. When this was first pitched to me to go take a walk after the ice bath, I was like, that's cheating. You want your body to do it. You want your body to naturally warm itself back up, because if you go out for a walk, then you're kind of hurrying up that process, and do you get all the metabolic benefits? And so the gentleman that told me that, Dr. Tom Seeger, he said, yeah, you probably are taking some of those benefits away, but the trade-off is this boost in testosterone that can happen from doing some moderate walking after an ice bath might be worth it. So we're testing that theory, testing to see how it's going to do. Marilyn is here. Louse Gold is here. Melanie says, started on Monday, getting back on track doing ice baths while you're doing yours in Wisconsin. That's cool, Melanie. Thank you for that. Yes, I've had many people reach out to me and say, well, dang it, Jimmy, you're showing me up. I used to do ice baths and I got out of the habit of it, but I see you in there every single day. And surely I can do it if you can do it every day. So, look, that was the mission of this. I wanted to help inspire people that you can do things. You can do hard things. You can do things consistently. And you'll see benefit if you do that. So, kudos to you, Melanie. Glad I could inspire. Parkman, have you noticed anything since you added the walk afterwards? Notice anything? I mean, it would all be subjective stuff. I don't have any quantification of changes in the testosterone yet because I haven't tested yet. We'll do that this summer sometime. But changes, no. I mean, if anything, I get warmer faster, but that's pretty obvious that would happen. Yeah, I'm not really thinking. I mean, obviously I'm doing another kind of bout of exercise. When I check my Oura ring after doing this walk, I walk about a mile to a mile and a half, depending on how long I'm talking to you guys. So I've been out here walking about 15 minutes, and I usually go about 20 minutes, and it's about a mile, just a little more than a mile that I walk. And all I'm doing is just round and round and round on my property, down the road and back around. And so Melanie says, yes, thank you. Cool. What did they say it would do? Parkman, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. What did they, who's they, say that what's it would do? I'm not hearing you, and I got a rock in my shoe again. Get out of there, rock. Rock. All right. So yeah, thank you guys for being here today. Always appreciate all the support. I am going to continue to dig deep into the archives of the literature, the scientific literature, looking for benefits of cold. There have been some fascinating things. I think I told you, I teased this one the other day, that they made people warm and they said, pick a movie choice. And they picked like an action adventure movie. And then they made them cold and they said, pick a movie choice. Yes, Rockin' the Croc, Sheila. See, Sheila's got the Rockin' the Croc. That's her phrase. And Parkman has the freeze and talk. Anyway, they make the people cold and they ask them to make a movie choice. And guess what style they get? They get the romantic comedy. So, who knew that temperature could impact your choices? Another cool one was during the winter, or when it's cold, or when women get cold, they say that women who are cold tend to wear red. And the theory behind that was they wear red because it makes them more sexually appealing in the times when they would be cold, because obviously during the summer you can take off more clothes and be sexually appealing that way, ladies, but in the winter you have less ability to show skin because it's cold, and so therefore you wear red. It's just interesting, choices made, how temperature impacts the choices. Lots of little research like that. I don't know how applicable it is to the ice bath, but I've enjoyed learning about it. Walking on thin ice there. No, I'm reading research, Parkman. That's what I'm doing, brother. That's what I do. That is my jam. All right, you guys. So thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. If you're brand new to this, please join me at 5 p.m. Eastern. I do go live right here on Instagram. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and of course here on Instagram. Follow me at Living Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN, and you can join me 5 p.m. every single day. We will do this very thing, which, by the way, Facebook actually suspended my account for 3 days. I tried posting, I posted that clip from my walk and talk over the weekend. I posted a clip today, and they flagged it as, what was it? Violating a human violation? I was like, human rights violation? What? I didn't understand, but I'm going to post about it very soon, so you'll see all about it. But I was like, so now I can't access my Facebook page for the next 3 days. I did appeal, but they did say, don't expect to hear from us because we're so overwhelmed with all the pandemic stuff. So anyway, but yes, that was really funny to me. Can't go in the metaverse for 3 days, exactly. Tomorrow, you guys, I have a wonderful interview lined up with Sally Norton on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And she is the one that put on our radar screen the dangers of oxalates. And so oxalates are in all kinds of foods, but she's like, this is a plant poison that a lot of people are consuming, even people in the keto world. So she talks about these things called toxic superfoods and has a new book coming out about it later this year. So we're going to talk to Sally. I've known Sally for many years. She's been a really good friend, and I'm excited to chat with her. And of course, I'll be back here for day 110 of my Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge tomorrow. So thanks for hanging out. I'm going to pop off of here for now. Appreciate you watching, and we'll be back again real soon. Bye, guys.